Today I'll be talking about the concept called functions. It's very important concept, and you might have seen this functions concept in C, C++, and Java. Concept is same everywhere, but it's mandatory concept. In Python also, it's very important to learn. And without functions and without methods, there are no programs will be written in real-time scenario. So please, if you have any questions at any time, please interrupt me and ask me the questions. Yeah. So I'll be talking about these concepts in concern with functions, intro to functions, types of functions, types of function arguments, scope of the function variables, and recursive functions. So these are the topics I would like to talk upon. Functions concept. Right. See, firstly, we have to understand what do you mean by functions. So do you have any idea about functions? Yes. See, functions, or else function is the self-contained block of a code to perform a specific task. So it consisting a self-contained block of a piece of code or instructions to perform a specific task. So this is the basically it is the programmatic definition. I request you to remember the same as such. And my question is, without functions, can we write a program? The answer is yes. We can write without functions concept a particular program. But what's the disadvantages? The disadvantages will be program complexity is high. No modularity, no reusability. So these are the details, whenever we make certain changes, change management of a program is difficult. Right. So in order to overcome these all, these drawbacks, we go with the functions concept. The function concept will eliminate all these particular problems from the program, so that the program will become very simple, program become modularity, program will become reusability. If any changes required to make on the program, it's very easy to make. That's the main advantages where we choose the functions as a concept whenever we write real-time programs. Yeah. Now comes to types of functions. Basically, there are two types of functions. Any programming language you take, built-in functions, built-in or ready-made or predefined functions. These functions are inherited from or derived from some packages or modules. So a function which derives or derived or inherited from a certain package or module, such kind of functions are going to be treated as a built-in functions. You need not to, you see developer, you need not to write any logic behind the function. Only function need to call by passing appropriate argument or arguments. So this is called built-in functions concept. This is called built-in function concept. But there will be another type of a function that customized functions. Customized functions, also called as user-defined functions. Means, so we write functions, code as per our requirements. See, let's suppose, for example, write a code whether a candidate is eligible for the driving lessons. Driving license or not. For this, we want to, as per my knowledge, have you seen any kind of a function which already validates the driving license eligibility? Do you have any built-in functions in Java, C, C++? I think no. For all purpose, we don't have a built-in function. So we write our own functions, which validates the candidate that you are eligible or not. Because it see, earlier, if you go to marriage bureau, as marriage bureau, earlier boys might have a eligible 18 years. Now they have made 22 years. So see, it's all changes from time to time. So we have to change the program accordingly. So now functions are two types: built-in functions and now ready-made functions. Let me give you a clear idea that what exactly built-in function and what is customized function. About built-in functions concept. So here, I want to find out a factorial of a given number. So in order to perform the factorial of a given number, we have to call there is a package called math. There is a package called mathematical functions. Simply, I'll be called math dot factorial because it's a built-in function. You see, built-in function. Simply, it returns the, if you pass the parameter here, that, I'll be passing 5 as a parameter. See here, calling factorial function by passing parameter or argument. That's fine. See, we have to understand one important point. We are not writing a basic logic mathematically how to find factorial for a given number. We are not writing any basic logic mathematically, yes or no? So just simply if I execute it, it gives you an output called 120. Yes or no? So here the point is that this is the concept called as a built-in function concept. Built-in means ready-made or predefined. It's already existing. Just you import the respective package or module, and it prefix with a respective module name, or maybe we can create an alias name called as yum. Yum means alias name for the mass. Or simply you can call here yum, and you can call it will also work 120. Yes, sir. Now you can have different print m dot, there is a sine theta, cos theta, mathematical functions where if you pass sine 30, it will give you the corresponding value over here. You can pass print m dot log, log 10 2. So that will give you, the corresponding value accordingly, isn't it? So, all these are the built-in functions. We are not writing the code, what exactly logic required behind the operation. Just simply, if you know, simply, if you want to know what are the functions we are going to use in maths, you just simply dir within this, if you give, it will show you what are all functions are going to be used for the, math related module. You see, all these are the functions we can use basically with the help of, mathematical related properties, modules and all. Yes or no? Yes. So what I'm asking is that now, my question is, already I told you that, do you have any predefined function to check your mobile number is valid or not? What's my question? My question is, in order to check your mobile number is valid or not. There are no functions, right? So now I want to write a function. Yeah, so my requirement is I need to write a function, a Python program, where I need to be validate my phone number. No, so whenever I said, whenever, let's suppose this is the form. Whenever you are entering a phone number, whenever you entering the phone number, see somebody will enter the +91, and then phone number will be entered. Somebody will be enters only 10 digits numbers. Somebody will forget the number and they'll enter the 9 numbers only. But whenever you enter the phone number, whenever you go to the next tab, next tab, then obviously, what happens, this particular tab need to be validated that whether the phone number is correct or not, syntactically and in terms of length also. Yes or no? So for that, how to write our own function? So in Python, I'm writing definition of the function. Definition of the function means the basic logic to validate the mobile number length, to validate phone number. Now, what is the syntax in Python? We need to write a definition of the function. Def is the keyword. Def is the keyword where I'll be writing mobile validation, mobile underscore validation is the function name. So where we have to pass a parameter that to which you are going to validate. So it's a formal parameter. Yeah. MNO. MNO means mobile number, and colon. Colon is mandatory because Python language, Python language, it's not, block structured language. See, in C programming, we used to write this kind of statements. Within this body, we used to write, definition of the function. But in Python, there are no such flower brackets and all, So the body of the function would start by seeing the colon as the delimiter. So as soon as you keep a colon and click on enter, the cursor will automatically move after one tab to the next line. You see, if you remove this colon, the cursor will go to the leftmost side. That's incorrect syntactical alignment or indentation, which is indentation. So therefore, now I would like to keep the colon so that where the body of the function will get started. Now, so what's the logic we supposed to write? The logic is that if length of the mobile number, MNO, here length is a built-in function. You have to understand. LEN is a length is a built-in function. Length of the mobile number is equal to 10, then we are expecting that print, isn't it? It's valid number. And if length of the MNO is greater than 10, colon, you have to write a statement. Phone number has more than 10 digits. Kindly enter 10-digit phone number. So this is the basic message I'm expecting on the dashboard whenever you enter the that's a phone number. Yes or no? So now I'll be writing the last possibility is that else. If the given number is not equal to 10, it's not greater than 10, probably there might be a chance that phone number might have enter less than 10 digits. Kindly enter valid number. So now let me execute. So now point, I have completed the logic behind to validate the phone number. This particular program will be available in one location. This function can be called any number of times at any place. Let me execute. Whenever you execute this particular function become DLL file, dynamic link library file. Anybody can call. Now I'm going to call. What I'm going to call now, Vaishnavi is calling one application where phone number is validated. Now, what's the function? What's the function name? You have to remember that, that function name, MOB validation. The function name is what? MOEB validation. MOB validation. So whenever you type, it automatically shown to you because it is pre-compiled. Now what I'm going to pass here, I'm compiling. So I'm passing phone number that, 9988665544. Now, if this number is valid, obviously it will tells you that, what's the output you are going to get? It's valid number. Yes or no? Now, in case if I pass +91, it will tells you that, phone number has more than 10 digits. Kindly enter 10-digit phone number. Sometimes I'm not going to give 10 digits, I'll be give 9 digits. Now, obviously, it will be shown to you. Yes, phone number, might have entered less than 10 digits. Kindly enter it valid. Yes or no? So this is how we are going to write a programs as a functions. So now I'm asking you guys, any one of you, please write a program. Yeah, I'm asking you, write a function to perform sum of 3 numbers using functions concept. Can anyone write this program? I'll be make you host. I think Bhavya, Muhammad, Rashekar, Rudrasai, Vaishnavi. Will you write the functions for these 3 numbers to be perform the functions concept? I don't want to write a normal program. I want to implement the program in the form of functions concept. So will you be able to write a program? Functions program I need to write. If you are understanding, so that you will be able to write. Otherwise, there is no use of my class. That means you are not understanding. Muhammad, Bhavya, Rashekar, Rudrasai, Vaishnavi. Who is going to write a function? I think, let's see. See, here I'm writing a function. So definition, sum of 3 numbers. This is my function name. So I'm going to pass 3 digits, X, Y, Z. 3 here, X, Y, Z are formal parameters. Print sum of 3 digits, comma, X plus y plus z. Now function is done. I have written the function. Here x, y, z are formal parameters because this particular program is available at one place, isn't it? So normally, if you have a calculator, this is the calculator. So here there is a space displays to you what numbers you are going to enter. So here a layout where all numbers and required parameters and operators are available. So like something called as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So on the place operator, equal operator is there. So whenever you enter the three numbers, 1 plus 3 plus 4, three numbers you have given, and you click on to the equal button. Whenever you click on to the equal button, that button has a code is this code. The button has a code is this one. What exactly this particular code will do? It will be perform 3 sum of the digits, and then again it displays the result as such. But we are just writing the code where it requires to pass the parameter. So whenever you click on to the equal button will call the function called sum of three numbers by passing 1, 3, 4 as actual parameters. Now we have written the logic just now. Now what I'll do here, now what I'm exactly doing here, let me execute. Whenever you execute, this whole code will be remembered by the tool. The template, prototype of this particular function will be remembered. Now I'm going to call. What I'm going to call now, so someone is required this particular function. Now sum of now 10, 20, 30. It's not sum of, it is 3. Now see the output. Now sum of 3 digits will be 60. Yes or no? So let me open one application and show you how these functions can call behind an application. Let me open one function. Yes. So now I'm running this particular program. So are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
This is one simple application which was made by the Python. The Python has the code, there is a module called as a tkinter module. That module is equivalent to applets program in Java. Applets concept of how the way you design the layout of the window, like the dashboard, just like, graphical user interface with tkinter module we develop. So the purpose of this application is that, in USA, weekly wages will be given, weekly salaries will be given, not, monthly salaries will be given. So now here I'm going to keep, so there is a, Bhavya is an employee. So address is from Chicago. you know, and employer is quality thought. And number of works, if we, every day 8 hours means he will be work 40 hours per a particular week. And NI number is an, employee number basically. So which is called as 111,222. This is an employee number. So hourly rate will be 1,000 rupees, or else you can take 2,000. So now if you click on weekly salary, if I click on weekly salary, this is a button. Whenever if I click on weekly salary, how much tax need to be deducted from your salary? If you exceed the number of hours, how much overtime you have worked, accordingly the bonus amount will be added. How much gross salary, how much net pay will be automatically calculated whenever you click on this weekly salary button. Now I would like to demonstrate that what is the logic I have written as a function whenever you click on this weekly salary button. Because I'm clicking on weekly salary button, behind the button there is a function is called that is going to take this Bhavya, Chicago, quality thought, NI number, hours worked, hourly rate as a parameters, as an actual parameters. Then computation will be happen automatically. Now I'm clicking on weekly salary. You see, so tax will be, 16,000 deducted. You have worked 40 hours, therefore 3,000 overtime you have worked, so bonus amount will be added. The gross pay is 80,000, isn't it? But you have, after deduction of the tax, you will be getting, net pay as 64,000. This is the take home salary, we can say. Now I would like to tell you, now I'll be click on reset button. If I click on reset, if I click on view payslip, so the right hand side, whatever the space will be provided, where the payslip will be generated, you see. So name of the employee is Bhavya, address is Chicago, employer is this, NI number, hours worked, net payable, wages per hour is 2,000, tax paid, payable. This is a payslip. I can send to your mail ID, or else I can give you the hard copy. Whenever you click on payslip, what will happen here? The function is going to call. The function is taking all these parameters as actual parameters, passing to the function definition so that this particular operation will be takes place. Now, whenever I click on the reset button, the whole whatever the info is available in this form will be flush. Whenever you click on the exit system, the application will confirm that you want to exit the system or not. For every button, the function call is going to be required. Now I'll be showing you whenever you click on to the certain button. So what function I have called, just you see. 1 second. See, we have a buttons concept. Whenever I click on weekly salary button, what is the code I'm calling here? There is a command is the attribute. Command is the attribute for the button, just like a HTML. Button, command is the function for the button. So which is, you see, command is the attribute for the button. Whenever I click on this button, weekly salary button, there is a function I'm calling is weekly wages. I'm calling the function called weekly wages. Where is the weekly wages function definition? We have to search for that, So obviously, yes, you look at here, please. I hope you guys are seeing definition weekly wages. What I'm taking here, so whatever the number of works you have worked are getting from the text box and storing into this, and whatever the wages for an hour you have getting, that I'm getting from the text box where you have entered into as a float into this variable, then I'm calculating that, so wages for hours multiplied with the hours per a week, so that the payee will be calculating, that I'm going to print onto the screen. And tax also going to be, calculated, paid obviously 20% of your salary, and then that will become a tax that will be printed. And net pay is also calculating that, paid you, total paid you minus tax will be net pay, that will be net payable. So if the number of works you are working, greater than 40 hours, because of overtime you are working, I'm going to give you some of the 1.5% of your daily wages salary as your bonus amount, overtime amount, that will be given to you. So this entire the code will be written behind the function called as weekly wages salary. This is how this definition is available at one place. Function calling will be initiated at another place. Similarly, so the similarly reset button, there will be function, enter info. There is a reset. So name dot set means whatever the text box is there, wherever you have entered will become a blank. One pair of a quotation is nothing but it is going to make it as a flush. It will be, definition reset. All the fields I'm going to reset to enter the next employee details. So for every button behind, there is a function is going to be called, exit. So for exit button, there is a code is written to destroy the window, whether you want to close the window or not. For every function, there is a particular function definition will be written. So what to do, what logically we need to be performed. To enter the info also, we need to take all the information, weekly wages. I hope you understand that how front end will be interact with the function. Front end is an application. Front end is the application. And behind particular buttons, we are calling certain functions by passing a parameters. So do you understand how function definition will work? How the function calling will work? Well, passing function, we are passing the actual parameters, and function definition has a formal parameters. Yes or no? See, do you have any questions in this regard? Please, all of you, I hope, Muhammad,
No, sir.
Rash,
No, sir.
I hope you're understanding how real-time functions are going to work. Because, if I
Yes,
just
sir.
demonstrate a function, so that's the reason I'm just showing you the real-time application where how function is going to be useful for us. And if you look at very clearly, to exit button, to exit the application, I wrote a small piece of code. To enter the info, I have written small piece of code. To calculate the weekly salaries, I have written small piece of code. Code will be isolated from each other. Other code does not include this code. That is called as, modularity concept. That's called, modularity concept. So if in weekly wages, so if I make any changes here, other code does not impact. Other code doesn't change its syntaxes. So this is called, very neat code will be available. And if we develop such a code everywhere, we can call these functions. The same code will be reusable. You need not to write the code again and again. Isn't it? Same, the same application. This is the software employees. Maybe, other employees like, low-level cadre people, like, account people, maybe, labor sort of office, and there will be different types of people. If you make another application also, this code can be called at any time with a small changes, some kind of a changes would happen. So the code will become, very useful for you. Right? So this is how the functions concept will provide, modularity concept. Functions concept provide a reusability concept, and change management is very easy because the neat code will be written. Changing happen at a one place does not impact at another function. Because of functions, it's mandatory. And we can keep the code, as rather than sequential, we can keep option based, means user defined based. So whatever the way you want, accordingly we are going to call the functions. That will be the basic phenomena that requires you guys to understand that. Am I right? So now,
Yes, sir.
yes, yeah. So please, I hope you guys are seeing. Please, if you have any doubts, Vaishnavi, Rudra, please ask me, because so little complexity would increase for the next concept if you don't understand, so far whatever I'm demonstrating. Let me open another small application. So whatever I told, that calculator program. One second. Yes. So if you look at here, I have made a small program to perform addition between all these. Let me execute first, then I'll be come back to you. So I hope you are seeing my screen,
Yes, sir.
everybody. So this is a small calculator we made with the Python code. Now this demonstration I'm giving you how arithmetic operators are going to be useful as part of an application. What I'm doing here, there is a text box here, and there is a second number I'm entering, that 50. Whenever you click on this button called addition, I told you that we are performing an action. Behind this button, there is a function is going to call by taking 150 are the parameters. Now 150 are going to become a formal parameters, like actual parameters, where they are going to be sent the place where definition is going to be available. Now I'm clicking. Now 150 will be result displayed over here. So behind addition button, there is a function is going to call 50 and 100 as the two parameters, passing to the formal parameter definition such a way that based on the logic, the result will be displayed over here. Similarly, if I perform multiplication, 5,000, subtraction, 50, division, 2.0, modulus, 0. Now, what is the logic? How the program has written to make the small application? Just let me show you with the code. Yes. Now, what is the code here? You see, guys, there is a tkinter is the module where we are importing all the relevant syntaxes and interfaces and the modules and methods and properties. What I'm doing here is that I'm creating some kind of a buttons. Now you see the buttons, yeah. There is addition button, subtraction button, multiplication button, division button, modulus button. So what I'm doing here, whenever I'm clicking on this button called addition, I'm calling command is equal to add numbers. Add numbers means what? It's a function name. Where the add numbers function is available, you go up here, you see, yeah, here the definition add numbers. I'm not taking as a parameter, but I'm extracting even.get means you are entering the value in the text box. What are the value you have entered into the text box? I'm extracting by writing even is an object to get the data or info from the text box 1. Similarly, text box 2, and I'm going to convert them into int, and then I'm storing into result, and then I'm setting them onto the screen. To perform the subtraction, I'm going to, I'll do one thing. Firstly, I'll just copy this whole code, or else shall I share the file to you in the chat box? Please, you download, and everyone, I'm requesting you guys to be go through that and try to understand that. Please, I'm expecting you guys to do that. So 1 second. See how the functions are going to work, how they are going to call, how parameters are going to be called. Let me. You have to have a proper clarity. Please, 1 second. This program I'm sending in the chat box. Please, I request you to download and try to execute on your system and try to understand how things would happen. Another previous program also I'll listen to you. Just hold on, please. What is that? Python project. Employee payroll calculator. Yeah. So yeah, this is a program. Both programs I'm showing, sending to you. Please, I request you guys to go through that, and each and every piece of code you have to understand. Tomorrow, I'm telling you, surely I'll be asked someone else. I'm not going to listen any kind of stories from you. You need to write a program, because it's an online class. I cannot interact with you as an offline. Otherwise, I would have to give the program as an exercise, and I strictly ask you to write on the spot. So don't think that this class is an unproductive. This class is a productive. Please, you go through that, and I'm expecting tomorrow to write some other programs as like this. Yes. So completely I've shown to you how function is useful for you to write a modularity code, and as well as how the functions are going to be useful as reusable code. Like so simply now the same similar code, already built-in code is available in our computer. So what is the application? This is the application. Yeah, this is the application. Are you seeing, guys? So you guys don't know how these applications are made, who have made, what programmer has written. We don't know. Just simply what we are doing, simply we are going to enter the value and we are going to calculate, and you are going to get the output like that, just like that. So what is the code behind this application? So what are the options are available? We can enhance the application as much as possible based on your requirements. There is a normal calculator, there is a scientific calculator. So in the scientific calculator, we can see a lot of options. Scientific calculator, if you look at, trigonometry can be completely executed, functions, Boolean algebra, binary system, hexadecimal system, a lot of code can be written behind this application. Even graphically, graphics also we can execute in the program itself. So how they have made it's a highly complex program. So, but in normal program, we haven't written such a difficult code, so we can design such a code also. Yes, sir. So please, guys, try to understand that piece of code. And in tomorrow's, class, will we see a little more about the functions concept. Let me go ahead with a little more about functions concept. Now, let me stop here about this demonstration, and let me show you that, yeah.
Sir, I have a small doubt where I need to run this application, sir, actually. Online also it's fine, or
This is online. Let me show you 1 second. 1 second.
okay,
See,
sir.
there is firstly, one tool I already told you in the initial classes how to install. This is the
Yes, sir.
application. Ideally, this is the ideally. What I'm doing, you see, I will run the same application in ideally. Just see here. 1 second. Yes. 1 second. Mohan. Yes, Mohan. ఇక్కడే ఉన్నా, ఇంట్లోనే ఉన్నా. ఒక 10 minutes లో ఫ్రీ అయిపోతాను. I'll come out. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Shall I come to your home? Otherwise, you can come up also. You can 5th floor. You can come down. We'll talk. Yes, definitely. No issue. Just within 10 minutes, I'll be free. Just give me 10 minutes. Yeah. 5th floor, you come. 5th floor, 501. Yes, yeah. Yes. Are you seeing, Bhavya? I think everybody is seeing, right?
Yes, sir, I'm seeing.
Yes, sir.
I am running the same program using IDLE. I can execute also. You see, the same program will be run without any hesitation. The same program you can able to run through the CO lab. The same program you can run through the online tools, like, just like that. Just hold on, please. Here, what is that online? Yes, just yeah. Yes, you see here. So there is. I will take another. Any online tool, online Python compilers. You can open, or else you can paste the code over here. What are the programs
Okay,
we
sure,
have
sir.
opened here? Yes, it's copy and just to paste here, so that the same code will be run over here. Run. I think there is a drawback with the online compilers. So there is a model called as Tought model. They have not installed as part of this compiler is their own. See, therefore, I think this online compilers are not much more good. I think it's better. You go with the installed apps. This is called a PyCharm. Do you know how to install the PyCharm? Have you installed in your laptop?
Yes, sir. Already.
So you can use PyCharm or else a Spider or else other tools you can use for the purpose. That will be better rather than online compilers. Only for practice level is better. To develop a project, these are the standard tools we use with the industry level at a corporate level, right? So please, Bhavya, you can use accordingly.
Okay, sir, sure, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, tell me, Bhavya.
Nothing, sir. I will use any install application apps.
So if you have any difficulties, you can ask me whenever you installed in your system, because if I'm free, definitely I can instruct you how to install that, and or else you can tomorrow carry your laptop on the spot. You just show me your screen. I'll guide you how to navigate from one window to another window, how to install, because these are all initial classes. You need not to hesitate to talk to me. Each and everything you just get clarity from my end, so that very happily you can work out rest of the codes and all. I think rest of the things we'll see in next class. I think